Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. It's Trashcraft Tuesday time, but before I head into that, I just want to give you a quick little sneak peek at the printables that are available for my patrons. So if you're my patron and you haven't seen them yet, head along to my Patreon and print them off for yourself. So these are the printables I've done up for February, so they're all my designs that I've done digitally in a program called Artflow, and then I've done them up. So there's a couple of pages of fussy cuts here, so go over them a bit better, perhaps a few little icons, cute little character hearts and some flowers, very Valentine's-y sort of love type theme. The second page we've got some labels with some text on them, some blank labels, some icons and such like. The next page is date page tabs for journaling. So these ones wrap around the page, so your page 1 will be on the front and page 2 will be on the back, and if you don't journal like that, then you can just cut them down in half and stick them against the page. So if your day 1 and 2 don't follow each other, you can still use them. And a full 31 days, because they're usable not just for February, and then just a couple of different colours for fun. The next page is numbers in a couple of different sizes and colours. And then this is a really fun one. It just came to me and I thought I'd go with it. Little speech bubbles that are textured with my design in them. I thought that could be fun and something just a little bit different to play with. And then there's 6 pages of journal pages, so you can pop these in your journals as pages. You could tear them up for collage, etc., or you can cut them in half and use them to write letters, snail mail. And so it's the same design, but there's 6 different colours of it, so good range there to meet whatever theme or look you're going for. Ink it up around the edges, make it look more vintagey. Yeah, so that's my printables. Just wanted to give you a quick look before I moved them off my desk, because that's where they've been sitting for the last couple of days. Okay, Trashcraft Tuesday, let's get into it. So today we are going to work with cellophane, coloured cellophane, and these are from chocolates. They're actually from my hubby's boss's house. We went there for a morning and had some chocolates, and I was collecting up all the cellophane off the wrappers. So I did not eat all these at all. I was like, anytime anyone was unwrapping, I was, oh, I'll have the cellophane. So we've got a couple of red, a couple of yellow, a blue and a purple. So I didn't, well, purple, pink, just pink I guess. I didn't get a heap, but I've got those to play with. Now for the base of what I'm going to do, you could totally use like a cardboard box or something, a cracker box, product packaging. I've got out a sheet of 6x6 scrapbook paper. Sorry, I've put the pad away, so I don't know what pad it's out of. It's an old one that I was given, so it may not even be available. If you don't have something like this, this has got text on it, and then it's got a pale green floral on the other side. You only need it single-sided, you don't need it double-sided. But if you're just using plain card, you can stamp on it or decorate it however you like. It doesn't even have to be text. This is just what I want to use today. So I'm going to use my circle punch and my 2 sizes. So this is 2 inch and this is 1 inch, I believe. And you could use, you could draw shapes. I was originally going to draw shapes, but I haven't got a lot of time today, so I thought this is going to be the easiest thing for me to do. I'm just going to punch a couple out for a start, and whatever you're using you need 2 of. And now the hard part is, it's possibly better to do this round the other way, so let's give it a go. I'm trying to punch out the middle That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's probably better to do the middle one first and then line up the bigger one around it to get a more centered, because this isn't quite centered. But that will be fine. So we're going to make a little sandwich, and we're going to put our lovely coloured cellophane in between, like so. So I think I'm going to go with the middle section that hasn't been twisted, so it's nice, it's a lot flatter. I'm going to use my premium craft glue, I think, for this. Tacky glue probably work just as well, but I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to glue on one of my circles. So this is quite a quick project, it's not going to take a lot of time. So if you've got some cellophane saved up, and it doesn't have to be from chocolates or candy or anything, it could be some cellophane in a package that you've bought, or that was wrapped around flowers or a gift or something, like whatever cellophane. Just make sure that's smoothed down. Now I just realized I'm not going to have enough blue, I don't think. Let's see, I might have to get a bit tricky with this. So I'm just going to trim around the outside. Clear cellophane would work really well too. So if you've only got clear, like packaging from a packet of something, you know how you get those cellophane bags, you could totally do that with those as well. You're not going to get this colour, but we're not just going for the colour, we're going to put something inside it. Okay, so I can get, it's going to be crinkly because I haven't got enough of the flat area left really, and it's not going to be completely to the edge, so I'm just going to cut a section out so I kind of know where I'm working to. Something like that, and hopefully that's okay. Right, so what I have is I have a selection here of different glitters, very random. This gold one is one I bought when I was at primary school. Like, it's so old, and there's still like half a container left. This one I have no idea where it came from. It's quite a dull silver chunky glitter, but it's cool as well. Various glitters, and then I've got some star confetti here as well. So what would I like inside my little circle here? I'm trying to imagine what the colour's going to look like through the blue. I want to go confetti actually. I haven't used the confetti for a long time, so let's go with some stars. And maybe a bit of glitter as well. Oops, possibly don't need that many. Yep, I think too many. You don't want to make it too fat, because then it's, yeah, it won't work as well, I don't think. Okay, so I'm just going to put that many stars in. And then I've got this very fine white sort of, what's the word? It changes colour, but it's essentially white. I'm just going to put a little sprinkle of that in there as well. Like so. Now I'm going to put some glue around the edge of my piece that I've cut to go over the top. Now ideally I would have this go all the way around to the edges, but I didn't think about that when I was cutting out my first piece, so I didn't leave enough space. I was more concerned about the crinkly areas on it than I was about doing my second piece. So lesson learned. I'm just going to position that over top. Make sure it's all nicely sealed up so nothing escapes. Don't want any escaping bits. And I don't really want that glue on my mat either, but never mind, it'll come off. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off the bits that are hanging over. Just a couple of little bits there. And I don't know if you can see. Can you see? It's a little, I don't know whether it will shake. Technically it should, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't because it's still going to look pretty. Okay, now I'm going to glue on the reverse side. Possibly can't see it very well on the camera because of the blue colour. Right, now I need to make sure I try and line up the right way round so it matches up. There we go. Now, have I got something, perhaps you can see it better with a white background maybe? I don't know, I can't even tell looking up into the camera whether you can see it properly or not. But if you put it up to the light, you can definitely, yeah, with light under, if I had a torch or something I'd shine under so you could see. But you can definitely see the stars and the glitter through it. Okay, so from here I need a pokey tool, a sharp pokey tool. So something like an awl, or this pokey tool's probably okay as well. I'm going to just, or you could use a crocodile if you've got a crocodile. I do, but I haven't grabbed it out. Just going to make a little hole, just a wee one. I don't want a big hole. And I'm going to grab a needle, and I've got one here with white cotton already attached, so let's just go with white cotton. Just going to go through our wee hole, and it's going to get a little bit bigger because this needle is a reasonably big one. Here we go, and it's this cotton is doubled over, so I'm quite okay with that. Trim it off. Oops, getting all tangled up here. And I'm just going to make a little knot in the top, leaving a loop. So I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Knot's getting down a bit far. Okay, so we've got this little loop here. I'll trim off my ends of the cotton. Okay, so here you can use it as a little dangle at the bottom of your journal, like a little bookmark. You can dangle it to the top of a page or a pocket or something, just so it's a movable element in your journal. A little decoration that's interactive, it's fun, it's sparkly, it's pretty, yeah, and it's fun. Did I mention it's fun? Okay, and I do think I just want to ink up around the edges. I should have done that before I did the cotton, but you know, best laid plans. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, quite literally. My hubby is busy clearing out one of the spare rooms, sorting it out, and he said, "You're going to come help me do some more?" And I was like, well, when am I going to get my video done? He's like, so I do want to get it done so I can go help him. There we go. So little double-sided element. Doesn't matter which side is showing in your journal because they both look exactly the same. So a fun little element. Right, let's make a few more. And maybe I might use the green side and do some of the yellow cellophane. And maybe you'll see a bit better. Actually, I'm going to try this time what it's like. Is that going to work? I don't think I can get him far enough. I'm going to do one. I'm going to try it and see. Let's do one and then see whether I can actually have enough space around to line it up. And no, I don't. But yeah, no, that doesn't work. So it was worth a go. So back to the original, punching the big ones first. then the smaller ones. Gonna have lots of smaller circles to play with on something. And I'm just pushing it right in and then using my thumb and finger on the side to make sure that it's centered that way, and then it's just this way that it's not centered, but it's as far in as it will go. And then as long as you line up the narrower ends together, it'll look perfectly fine. If you've got another cutting method though, absolutely that works better. You do whatever works for you. Right, so we've got a couple of bits of cellophane of the yellow, different chocolate obviously because they're different shapes. So we'll just use the middle bit of each. That's nice. Now does it look nice with the green? Yeah, I think it looks nice with the green, although I do like the text. Yeah, I'm going to go text because I just like the text. Okay, so again with our glue. So you can see they're super quick to make, and I think very, very pretty. I came up with this idea as I was trying to sleep last night. It was quite warm last night, very warm, and I had not long fallen asleep when I was woken up by neighbours being very rowdy at about just before 1 o'clock this morning, and then it took me a long time to get back to sleep after that, so I wasn't terribly impressed, but you know, it's a holiday here in New Zealand. I'm filming this on Monday and it's a holiday, so you know, people want to have a good time out. Whoops, I am butchering this, guys. I am cutting into the card stock, so I'm going to have to do a bit of trimming up. Right, so in the middle of this one, let's go gold, because you know, gold is pretty and we like gold. Bit of gold glitter. And I think I might just go with glitter this time, and maybe a bit of this really cool, it's hologram green glitter, so it's got bits of blue and green, and it's very pretty, very shiny. It's a lot newer than this gold, so it's way shinier. Right, that's probably enough, and I'm already getting glitter all over me and my desk. It's just how it goes with glitter, isn't it? It's a messy thing. Sandwich it in a window thing like this and appreciate its pretty witness without all the mess. Right, now, oh, I better put it on the cellophane. That would have been interesting. It would have been very interesting. I would have picked it up and all my glitter would have fallen out because I didn't have the second layer on. That was a close call. Okay. So I'm getting a good coverage of glue so that there's no gaps that the glitter can escape out of. And just make sure we line up those edges. Yep, so there's a bit around the edge where I'm going to have to trim off where I accidentally cut off some of the cardstock. So it won't be quite round this one because I've chomped into one side. But I'm guessing that nobody is ever going to notice, and that when I'm looking back at it, I won't remember either that it's not actually perfectly round, because I got a bit scissor happy. And you could also put different colours, like you could use, say, yellow on one side and then pink on the other, you know, and that would give you a different effect as well. Or you could use a colour one on one side and a clear one on the other, and then you'll still get the colour showing on both sides. So lots of different ways. And if you're just using clear cellophane, well, just use, you know, you'll get the colour of whatever you put inside will show up beautifully. Right. trimming here and there. This is where I managed to snip the card on this side. So a little bit of trimming here. And I think that's good as gold. You don't need to be too perfectionist. It's going to look cute. Right, let's put a hole in this one, and I might this time actually use my needle. Now we could actually do, that would make it upside down though, the text would be upside down, so let's just put it in the narrow side. And I'm using a foam bit of packaging underneath to poke into. You could use an old book or a bit of rubber or anything that you've got, like a pencil eraser makes a good thing to poke into as well. If you've got a cheap kids one or an old one or something, you can use that as well. So poke my needle all the way through, and this will use up the rest of this thread that was on the needle, which is very handy. And you could, instead of leaving the loop, if you don't want the loop, you could just tie it right to the top. So this one I'll tie just right to the edge of the top, and you don't even have to put a hole in if you don't want to. You could just glue it down to your page or tuck it into a pocket as something that you can pull out and look at. Yeah, you can use it however you like. You could stick it on a tag. So there, I've got the knot right down against the rim of the circles, and then I can leave those for however I want to use it. You could also, if you didn't want to put cotton, you could put like a jewellery jump ring in there and then attach that to something, dangle on the outside or something. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it at those two. Now where's my other one? Here's my other one. Because I think that that's enough for you to get the idea, and then I can go and help my hubby so he's not doing all the hard work all by himself, because that's not fair. So I'm just giving this an ink up around there, and there we go, two cute little embellishments for however you want to use them in your journal. I hope you enjoyed this little project, and I hope you give it a go. As I said, if you don't have the coloured cellophane, just grab some clear stuff from wherever it happens to be and have a wee play. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you back for the next video. Take care everybody. Bye.